People, bit of a different video for my Menace to Sobriety page. I want to have a little chat about mindset and how mindset is the key to my sobriety, and through my sobriety how my mindset has changed my life and changed how I deal with everything else in my life. And I want to try and talk about it while my mind is telling me to get out of this fucking cold water, fresh freezing pool in the rain. So bear with me while I jump in. Let me just fucking ground myself, and then I want to talk to you about how, I mean, it's really important. It's probably the most important thing that's going on in my life now, about how I've learned how to stop my mind manipulating me into doing things, and how that works in so many different walks, not just the sobriety, but just life. So here we go, have a little listen. That's why I like the cold water dips, because I know they're a trend, but it sort of emphasizes what I'm talking about the mind. Because when your mind's telling you to do something and you can see it as a voice, right, instead of seeing it as like a need to do something, you can control it. And that's the key to my sobriety, right? So when I get triggered to drink, if a bank holiday weekend comes up or something like that, and I'm thinking about having a nice cold beer in a beer garden and stuff like that, I can feel now I can visualize it, but I can see it as my mind talking to me. And it's not something that I really want. It's my mind telling me that. It's an idea in my mind. It's a habit in my mind. And I know that I don't really want one or two beers. I want to get absolutely smashed, right? So I fast forward to what that's going to lead to, and I talk myself out of it. It's like basically seeing your impulses as impulses and not as you. Do you know what I mean? It's like visualizing your mind playing tricks on you and seeing that as a trigger. You know, when I go up to London and the lights are flashing and it's a Friday night, oh, I love a drink, I'd love to get on the smash, have a sesh. That's not me, man. That's habit talking to me. So, and the way that I use that in the rest of my life, for instance, yesterday on my Menace to Sobriety page, I had a mixture of both positive and negative comments on a video that I shared about doing MCAT. You know, people think when I talk about drug use that I'm glorifying it, and it really winds me up, because drinking drugs is glorious. You know, that's, if it wasn't, then we wouldn't do it, would we? And let me just focus a second. I don't want to get out. Drinking drugs are glorious. That's why I like to show that side of it as well, you know, to look back and see, look, I really did enjoy it. That was what the problem was, even though it was destructive to me, you know, and look back at them dark times. And even though I'm saying that I pissed myself in a cab in that video and that MCAT's disgusting, people still said, you know, you're glorifying it. And then someone was calling me a junkie and a crackhead and all of this negative stuff. Now, I used to think, oh, why are they saying that about me? What have I done wrong? But I now see that voice as well as not me. Do you know what I mean? That's something else saying that to me. That's also another voice that I can see and I can put it to bed. I'm like, that's not me. Why are you saying that? Do you know what I mean? And now what I can do is I can look at the people that are saying horrible things to me and see them as triggered, right? So it's all about being at peace with yourself and not letting your mind play tricks on you, yeah? Because ultimately, if someone doesn't like me, that's their problem. If I'm triggering something inside them by what I'm saying and what I'm doing, that's a problem that they're dealing with themselves. And if someone wants to explode and be negative and abusive to me online, you know, they're going through their own shit, right? That's them triggered by me. But again, can you see how that's just perception in my mind of what's going on? Switching it from it being about me to being about them. And then I take away, you know, any insecurity. Like right now, my body's telling me to get out of this water. My mind's telling me to get out of this water, but my body is used to it. So that voice, it ain't real. And that's the same when it comes to addiction, to my sobriety. Every time I feel like I want to drink, I just look at that voice. I'm like, no, you don't. Why would you like to? What, you don't even want to have? You can go and have a nice alcohol-free cold beer, can't you? And sit in the garden. If it was the social aspect of it that you miss, you can still go and do that. What you want to do is get smashed up, fucked up. That's what the addiction is, playing tricks on your mind. So in life, in everything, one of the biggest things that I've learned and the most powerful things that I'm going to take away from this journey of sobriety is definitely how to control my mindset, how to see my voices in my head and those urges as something alien. It's not me. It's something that's being said in my mind to me that I can ignore. Do you know what I mean? Our brains are habitual, right? We've built those neurological pathways up over years of doing the same thing, and it's just that pathway firing, trying to convince us to do those old habits, man. And you've got to see them as thoughts that ain't you. Anyway, look at that. Do you know what I mean? What's that? Fucking 4 minutes. Have some of that, Shelley, mate. Have some of that. I hope that made sense, because you can take that mindset and apply it to anything, and it's definitely the most useful and strongest tool that I've learned through all this. And being able to see people that are giving me shit as triggered. Work on your mindset. It will set you free.